Hello everyone and welcome to RaceRoom, and today we'll be hopping right into the video with my controller settings here. These are the controller settings I use for RaceRoom. Feel free to use them or share them or just, maybe try them out yourself and change some stuff around. And today, since we're trying to see if RaceRoom is playable on controller, I decided the best way to show you if it was just by doing a race, giving my thoughts and opinions after, and even letting you make up your own mind to see if it's maybe even competitive to the wheel players here. Now coming into corner 2, we are in 6th position, and we nearly hit the back of 5th place here, so we just kind of have to let off. Now I am in a front wheel drive car. There's a mixture of rear wheel drives and front wheel drives in this pack. So we're just going to try to do our best here and not hit anyone. Braking a few meters before that board on the side, but unfortunately we don't have the ideal line for that corner and we have to take a very weird exit for it. And then we also have another weird exit for this corner. Now this is Silverstone, but it's like an track inside Silverstone. It kind of reminds me of a go-kart layout, and it's just going to take a little bit for me to get used to this again. Now the sub lap is about a 49-second lap, or just under 50 seconds a lap, which is pretty good. As we send one around the inside on corner 2, we do get a kind of weird exit. I'm not sure how effective slipstream is in this game, so I decided to just stay on the racing line and maybe I would get a little bit of a tow in some sort of way. Now we're just going to come here, hit our braking markers, and we've actually gained a little bit of time on the people in front of us, but we do get one send up the inside. They're now on our outside into corner 5, I believe this is, and they've got the move done. Well, each car has its own disadvantages and advantages at this track, since there's, as I said before, a combination of 2-wheel drives in the front and rear-wheel drives. Now coming on to the start of lap 3, we're just going to brake a tiny bit later, miss the first apex, or the 2 white lines on the inside as I would call it. Thought about sending one up the inside into corner 2, but unfortunately we were kind of blocked off a little bit too much here. And I do think the car in front has got a better exit onto this little straight here. So we're just going to try to take our best line and hopefully make up some time as the leaders in front of us are fighting. And try not to get sent up the inside, as you can see in the little mirror at the top. And just hold our line and try not to play too defensive, since this is a small track and there's not much room for error here. Now coming out of the final turn, we get not the best exit, as you can see the cars behind us are slowly closing in and the cars in front of us are slowly pushing away. But we do get an amazing corner 1 basically, and we're right back at them. Now I decided I used to take this second corner in 2nd gear, but I've decided to go down to 1st to see maybe if it will help me get a better exit. And so far it has. As you can see, we're keeping up to the car in front a little bit better than we did before. And since they're battling, it does help a lot. Now on controller, for the Xbox One controller and the PS4 controller, there is no controller vibration. So that's just kind of a small challenge you have to deal with. But on the Xbox 360 controller and I believe the PS3 controller, there is vibration. So that's just something in case you're buying a controller for this game. Now coming up to lap 5, we are over halfway done with this race, and we have dropped some positions unfortunately, but we do send one up the inside of 2 cars here. Just barely make it through with no contact, and use 1st gear and front wheel drive to just hopefully pull us out of the corner better. I do believe he is still side by side with me. I can't really look since I want to hit my braking point perfectly, but it turns out he was, and the AI actually do flicker lights at you apparently, which is a nice feature, I guess, to tell you they don't really want to battle. So who knows, maybe the AI are slightly smarter. But since everyone was fighting for 7th place, there is a slightly big gap for 6th place. It's about a 2-second gap, or depending on what area of the track, 1.5. Now we do take the first corner a little bit harder. We decide to go slower on entry and harder into the corner itself, and that led us to a better corner 2 here. But unfortunately we are still losing time on this stretch to all the other cars. I'm not sure how they get such a good exit here, but for the rest of the track I may be able to gain on the car in front, and we may be able to get a podium finish here, or maybe we can get first, as we do run a little bit wide into corner 7, I believe that is. And now hard for another hairpin, but you kind of let the car roll in slightly, just try to keep to the inside line and get on the power as early as possible. Now we're going to head up to lap 7. If we can maybe crack the top 5, that would also be amazing. And here we're going to send one up the inside of 6th place. They're still on our outside here, so we're just going to try to give as much room as possible. We even hit a cone on the inside of the corner, and we are somehow still side by side. As you can see, they did get a slightly better run than me out of the corner. Now hard onto the brakes a few meters before the sign on our right comes up to the car, and 6th place somehow gets a better run out of the corner, but they do brake check us like crazy, which could be my fault potentially. But I felt like if you're going to brake, you shouldn't pull in front of someone and then slam on the brakes for the corner. You should at least wait or give room for error. Now, unfortunately, we may have some damage, or actually we don't according to our little graph on the lap. But here is our final lap here to come and try to grab 6th place. Now we're going to try sending one up the inside again. This time taking a little bit more aggressive, leaving just a tiny bit less room. And that does seem to work, as the AI have flashed their lights at me once and let me pass. So hopefully, maybe we may be able to get a 5th place if someone makes an error or so. So we're just going to try to push as hard as we can. There is unfortunately a 2.5 second gap here. Just going to try to push this car to its limits. It has the advantage of front wheel drive for grip, but unfortunately this is only a 6th place. Now you could also do a lot better if you were in my position and had the controller yourself, but it's completely up to you how you can handle this control on the game. It can probably be just as competitive as the wheel players. But of course it will take time and practice. I've only played the game for about 12 hours in my spare time. But it's completely up to you how fast you can learn to be competitive with controller and how to use it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and peace out.